Hello RockHeads and welcome back to another video. No. Hello RockHeads and welcome back to another episode of Station Master Train Tycoon, where as you can see, we've made a little progression since the last episode. Now, everything here is more or less as it was from the last episode, so I'm not really going to concentrate too much at the minute on anything else out here, because it's mainly going to be kind of like decor stuffs and a few other like little cosmetic-y things. But as you can see, we have made some progression on what is going to be the front of our building, or kind of like the building I'm trying to model it off. So at the minute, I'm not going to kind of say too much on the building that I'm going to make, because it's kind of going to be a bit of like a hybrid. But I don't know if any of you can kind of guess what this building could possibly be. Now, it's not going to look like identical to the kind of like the structure that I've got in mind, because I am just working with the materials that I've kind of got. So I'm hoping as the game is kind of like in early stages, at some point we may get access to kind of things like maybe like primitives or something that we can use in like the build section, because like for the structures here I've been kind of using like the pillars and some blocks kind of for this archway here as well. So I'm hoping in time that we might get some extra features that we can kind of use, because it'd be cool if we had like cylinder shapes and spheres that we can kind of like manipulate and make smaller, bigger, wider and all that stuff, because it'd be really cool and I could like really expand the ideas on what I've got here. But at the minute, it's quite cool because it's quite challenging just using the materials that we've got at the minute. Over here, we've got kind of like a little makeshift bus stop that I've kind of made. Now, I think I'm gonna make this kind of smaller. At the minute, this is kind of made for big people, but at the minute, I've simply just made it with pillars, blocks from the build section as well. This is kind of just like concrete panels and glass, so I'm thinking on just making it a little bit shorter. I'm probably going to pop at least maybe 3 of these here, because this is what's going to kind of be like the bus bay area type of thing. I'm going to put a couple of more different like lines across there as well. We've got like a bit of a kind of like a taxi rank thing on the go, but like I say, I'm going to kind of hang back at the minute adding anything on this. I am going to do that in kind of like a later episode, because the concentrated bit at the minute is kind of finishing this front section of what the building is going to be. Now, this train platform as well, it's not going to stay here permanently at the minute, but I realised I kind of needed to get some sort of system on the go just to generate a little bit of basic cash. Now, it looks like the NPCs haven't got much of an issue kind of crossing our kind of zebra crossing, going over to where the building's going to be, and they can kind of make the way through, get a couple of tickets and just get on the train for now. So with all that kind of being said, oh yeah, and by the way, this is like this colour here, I was just testing sort of ramps. I am going to kind of change the colour of all these, but I am going to do that, like I say, a little bit later down the line. So what I'm going to do, I think we'll probably look to continue finishing this build. So what I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to click on one of these pillars, and as you can see, when we click on that, it's kind of coming in at $50 a pop. So things are going to get real expensive. Now, I wish there was a way, I don't know if there is, that you can kind of like, you know, like extend it up, like what you do with the blocks, where like you click and drag an area of where you want the flooring to go. At the minute, you can't really do that with the pillars, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not too bad. I just wish that was a little feature that we could actually do. Now, is that level? I think we need one more pillar going up there. And nope, see, that's off. Right, I'm gonna delete it. I dropsy. Another little pillar on the top there. I'm gonna make sure it actually sits on, and I think that is as max height as we can go. Now, I don't think we can actually go. How high can we actually go? Right, so we can go one more and then we're out of bounds, which, to be honest, is quite lucky, because if you have a little look over here, this is the kind of the starting of the roof structure. Now, I was going to kind of go for a bit of an arched theme, but I'm going to kind of go for like the squared off theme anyway, because the way this building is going to be designed, it's kind of sort of like that anyways, as you'll see further down the line. Now, I think that is actually one higher up. Let me just delete that one. No. Is it? No, I think we actually do need one more. My eyes deceive me. Right, okay, one more. Watch me put it the wrong way again. No, I think we're all cool. I think we're all cool. Right, so what I'm going to try and do now is sort of finish the pillars going up. And then we can sort of add the kind of like the window panes in. I've just nearly put a pillar right in that carriage there. Imagine being like a passenger on the train and a pillar just spawns in. You'd be like, what? Right, okay, so I think that's them two completed there. So like I say, I had to add a train station in because these are coming in at $50 a pop. And we weren't making any cash whatsoever. So money was getting a little bit of a serious issue in the game. But at the minute, we're generating low amounts of cash. Once I've got this actual building made, I can start working on the actual interior of it, which then we can start rolling in the paying customers because we'll be able to really get cracking with some like shops. We'll put some more ticket machines in and all that funky stuff. So like I say, the concentration at the minute, as long as cash doesn't run out, otherwise I will have to purchase some Bobu and get some more extra coins. Then we shall, can basically just continue with the cosmetic stuff of the building. So we've got a couple more rows of these to do, and then we can start adding in the shiny windows. So how many's left? We've got 4 columns left. At the minute I haven't messed up too much. And then I think after we've completed this, I think I need to finish that sort of archway as well. So one thing I've been able to kind of get away with, which I'll kind of quickly show you now as well, if we go over to the archway here, is kind of merging some things in the blocks because of the way the little sort of squares are working out. Some things just don't match up, and what I had to do to sort of make these sides equal is I had to kind of cut off both sides of the border, because one side would let me place the blocks down, but the other side it was saying it was out of bounds, which was a little strange. So let me just go ahead and quickly show you what I was talking about just there. So if I go ahead, get a block here, I'll wait for this dude to move up the ways, and you see the way it kind of like goes into the corner? That's kind of what I have to do, otherwise it just gets placed next to it, and it leaves a big gap in the structure. Now that is just because of the structure that I've got at the minute. I'm sure you builders out there will be finding ways to get around that. So what I'm going to do is continue this pillar column, trying not to throw concrete pillars into any more carriages. So we're nearly there. I think that's level. Yes, right. We've got 2 more left. Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. So let's get this up here. We've probably spent an absolute small fortune right now on these columns, but at the minute we're still okay for cash flows. And then I really will have to start getting more and more customers coming into the train station. Now, depending on how I get on with this particular build, I'm not too sure how many platforms I'm actually going to be adding. It'll all just depend on how far I kind of extend this kind of building, shall we say. Right, I need to get rid of that without deleting one of the other ones. There we go. Right, I think they're all level and looking okays right now. So what I've been kind of doing is taking some concrete walls basically. So if I just copy that one now, it should keep the same colours as well, and I'm basically just sort of stretching it right across. So if I place that, there's stretchy across, so I'm kind of going one up. If you're wondering as well why these glass panes are smaller than the others, again, it's because it's modelled off the actual building that I'm making, and it does actually have the same amount of windows going up as well. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is just kind of use this little system that I've been doing. So we drag that over to the end, and then we're going up 4, 2, 3, 4... there, okay, and then we're basically gonna do this all the way up. See, so the reason why I've not completed this section here at the minute is because the way I've had to design the doors, if we kind of call them in the minute, the archways basically, is I don't know if I'm going to keep this structure. I'm trying to keep it centered for the NPCs at the minute to walk through. So this could change at the minute, or because I could be adding an entrance there and an entrance possibly here. I know it doesn't really make sense at the minute, but if after redesign that slightly, it will make sense later down the lines. So I've left those empty at the minute just in case I do change this middle section. Right, so we're going to go ahead now and do the same with the glass. So we're going at 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, and we're in. And like I say, we're just going to copy the same system all the way to the top now. So we're going to go back to the glass, going to go right along and up 4 again. So that's 2, 3, 4. There we go. I'm so glad at the minute that this isn't costing us. Can you imagine how much I possibly would have spent on glass? It'd be a lot. Right, okay. So, more glassy. Does that look smaller? No, I think they're all the right size. I think I'll know when I get to the tops anyways. Right, so here we go again. Straight across. 2, 3, 4. No. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Right, okay. I think that's actually, is that smaller? 1, 2, 3. I knew it was. Right, let me check these. 4. Right, yeah. I'm gonna have to delete this because that will ruin my entire day. Right, so let's delete. One thing to bear in mind as well, if you go to delete walls, make sure you do that. Otherwise, if you just simply delete it, it will delete the whole section or entire row. If that's kind of what you're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. I'm hoping it doesn't delete the pillars. Please don't delete the pillars as well. No, it's okay. Right, we're all good. Right, delete that section. There, and how many was it? 1, 2, 3. So we need to go one more up with the glass. Okay, so copies. Where are we? There's, right, okay, and across. There we go. I did think that was sort of like one off there. I'm glad to check before I got further up. Right, okay, so straight along with the panel. We're going to go ahead and copy this again. Make sure it's 4 this time. So we're going to go right across. 2, 3, 4. Dones. Right, okay. Copy that, and we're nearly at the top. Straight across, and I think this will be our last window section now. So straight across, and this should be 4 up to the top. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now again, have I gone wrong somewhere? Oh god. Right. Okay. What about the bottom? 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, okay. So what's actually gone wrong? Have I built too many up at the top here? So let me delete one of the pillars. Boom. No. Right, okay. So I clearly need to sort of do a little bit of problem solving here because something somewhere has happened. Because if you have a little look over here, you'll see that they match exactly at the top. Now, these over this side do not. Is it this? Yeah, hang on.
1 eternity later.
I think this one here is 5. 1. Let me get over here. I need to know this. I need to know the answers. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 panels that I've got there. Right, okay. Sweat time is over right now. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, now that that bit is complete, I think I'm going to go ahead and complete this little archway. So, blocky wise, I'm going to go ahead and finish off. No, it's not the bottom, is it? We're going upsies. So, I think we're up about 9. Should be one more block there. Yep, that's levels. Right, let's delete that one there. And now we need, I think it was the big archway. But we can just go ahead. Nope, that's the block. And copy the arch there. So we just need to now make sure that that is level. Should go there. We're going to rotate there. This bit gets a little bit fiddly. You have to kind of make sure it goes down. behaves itself. There, right, is that on? There we go, right, okay. So at the minute, we've got the two sort of completed archways, and we have completed both kind of sides of this building. So I think next steps for me now is deciding where that I'm going to keep this, and if I do, I'll jazz it all up, make something of it. That, again, the reason why I've not completed this section here, because I might do something completely different with it at the minute. Again, I'm a little bit restricted to what I can do in terms of materials, because there's only so many things I can do with the wall structures. Like, we've only got slopes here and kind of simple squares, and it's kind of the same for the building materials as well. We've only got things that basically just go straight up, and archways. There's nothing that I can kind of make go diagonal. Now, I could with blocks, but it's not really going to have the same effect at the minute, so need to get a little bit creative with the juices and figure out a different kind of way for sort of structure and what I'm wanting to do around the doors and kind of on the inside as well. But at the minute, I'm happy with the progress that's being made with what we have available to us. So, any thoughts on what this building is going to be modelled off? If you have got any thoughts on what that could be, then please let me know in the comments below. And if you did like this video and you'd like to see another one, then please make sure to like and subscribe. But until the next time, my friends, take care. Bye-bye.